Okay, I want to welcome everyone on tonight. Reverend King, he is going to be closing out because now we are on the brink of the election here in Texas starting up. And there's a few things I want to say to you on tonight, Reverend King. I know that you have done a wonderful job coming on to Electra James inspirational talks. And I want you to know myself and my co-host, we definitely appreciate you. But most of all, the viewers appreciate you. You're an amazing man. You really are. And I thank you for that. It's another few things I want to say before I pass the mic, because you are going to take it out tonight. You're going to close it out tonight. So whatever the words are to be said, only part I'm going to come in is when you are done, I will end the podcast. That's about all I'm going to do after I say a few words and turn it and pass the mic to you. So I want to say to you, thank you for choosing Electra James Inspirational Talk, ongoing, and you have done so much for this podcast. Because of you, you caused this podcast to add 3,714 more people is viewing the Electra James podcast. That Electra James Inspirational Talks. Thank you for that. Thank you for informing each and every guest that tuned in, and those who not with the live, but they viewed it later on. We ended up getting 21,000 impressions. I checked it because of what you have been doing since January coming on. I am so impressed with that. I looked on and we had viewers added on to all the viewers. We added a viewer from Indonesia, another country, and I can't remember off the top of my head, where you had a viewer, and we had viewers that's from Pennsylvania and Virginia. These are new viewers that were added on because of you. And I like to say to you that I got a message text to me that 595 people voted at one of the local polls down there in your area. I want to thank you for that. I want to say to you, a young man came up to my daughter over here in the Texas City area, and she went to the poll, and he wanted to give her one of your cards. And she said, oh, no, you can keep that, because that's the reason why I'm here. I want you to know she's not the only one. She's not the only one that you have educated about voting. You have touched the lives of young people. My grandson came down this weekend, and I was talking to him and one of my nephews because of our family reunion. And they say, you the MVP. I need you to know that. You're touching the lives of young people. Also need you to know, this is funny now, at my family reunion, I was told that you ought to be called Uncle Mike. I mean, not Uncle Mike, sorry, got to laugh.
Uncle William.
Said, no, Uncle King. They say, call you Uncle King. That's Uncle King. So I am telling you, you have brought laughter and love, so much laughter and love. And I tell you what you did. You removed fear. You done that.
Wow.
You, if nobody else says this to you, I know for a fact, you removed fear from voters. I went to another function on yesterday, and I was pulled to the side, and I was asked, do you think that we can get him over? Do we think we can get him to, he got to get this? I said, you know what? He kept his face out there. Everybody know him. He can do this. He's put in the work. He's proven himself. And she said to me, if you say he got it, he can get it, he can get it. I believe he can get it.
Yes, I love it.
You have no clue of the impression that you have on so many people. I will say this to the end of my days here on this side. You are a powerhouse. Seriously.
Wow.
You are a powerhouse. It's so much of our history caught up in you. You represent so many who have gone on. They fought a good fight, but it's in you.
Yeah.
You are today's Martin Luther King. You are today's Malcolm X. You are today's Al Sharpton. You are today's Medgar Evers. You are today's Mickey Leland. You are today's Obama. It's so many things that you represent.
Wow.
Don't you let nobody tell you no different, because you are powerhouse.
Yeah.
And I say that everywhere I go. And I said it to a friend, and she said, you know what, Lecture? You absolutely right. We are on the brink of making history.
Yeah.
We are on the brink of making history because of you.
Galveston County.
In Galveston County. So I need you to carry that with you throughout this election. It's in God's hands. You've done the best. And now the results belong to him. But I am reminded, because of you, I'm reminded, listen to me closely. As Fannie Lou Hamer said, you can pray until you faint. But God not just gonna sit it in your lap. You got to do something. And Reverend King, you have done that. You have proven every word.
Yeah.
I wanted you to know that. People are talking about you. People,
really,
they are talking.
Really?
You are pushing people to the polls. You have done that. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for letting me be a part of your campaign. Because nobody ever saw that in me, but you did. So I from the bottom of my heart. This is an emotional moment for me too. But I'm good. So I'm going to pass the mic to you. You're going to take us out on tonight. So when you're done, we're done. And we just gonna get to them polls. Also, Jackie, my co-host, she's out ill on tonight. Continue to pray for her. But she, no matter how bad she feels, she still wants you to know. She's in your corner. She's still talking about you to people. She's still trying to keep you out front. Even though she's not here, she still got you in her heart. Thank you so much, Reverend King. I'm getting ready to move to the back, and you are about to take over this and take us to that next place. Okay?
Right. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
That was good.
It's a pleasure to pass this mic.
It's a
pleasure.
Here. Thank you so much for the honor and the privilege. Hello, my name is William H. King III. I am your candidate for the Galveston County Judge. Words cannot express my deep, heartfelt appreciation and gratitude for the Electra James inspirational talk show to be a part of this campaign, for have been able to work with Miss Electra James as well as Ms. Jacqueline for the opportunity of sharing Monday after Monday with you in these last few months so that you might have the information and the education, the inspiration and the motivation to go out there and cast your vote. Now is the time. Today is the day of first day of early voting. How exciting it is to have been with the Electra James talk show, sharing week after week, being able to listen to the pulse of the people and be able to share the sensitivity of the importance and the gravity and level of importance it is for you and I who are registered to vote to go to the ballot box and cast our ballot, to be able to vote like our lives depend on it. First, let me say there are 24 early voting locations in Galveston County. There are 24 early voting locations in Galveston County. Galveston Island, you have the Galveston County Justice Center. You have the Galveston County Courthouse on Moody, second floor. You also have the Galveston ISD Administration Facility. And you also have the Moody Church. Crystal Beach, you have one location, the Joe Faggart Community Center on at Highway 87, 1750 Highway 87. Jamaica Beach, you have one, that's the Seaside Church. That's at 16534 Termini San Luis Pass Road. Bayou Vista, you have one location, that's the Mud 12 building. Lamarck, you have the Lamarck Community Center. You have the Lamarck Fire Station. That's two. And the Santa Fe, you have the West County building and the Santa Fe Museum. Texas City, you have the Carver Park Community Center, and you have the Nestler Center. Hitchcock, you have the Greater St. Matthews Baptist Church. Dickinson, you have the Dickinson City Hall and the Dickinson Community Center. Bay Cliff, you have the Bay Cliff Fire Department. Kemah, you have the Kemah Community Center. Also in League City, you have the Fire Station number 4 on Bay Area Boulevard. You have the League City Recreational Center on Walker, there by City Hall. You have the Hometown Heroes Park on League City Parkway 96. You also have the League City EMS on FM 270, 260 FM 270. And then you have the Public Works Facility, 1701 West League City Parkway. Friendswood, you have one location. It's called the Friendswood Chamber, 1100 South Friendswood Drive. I encourage all of you to participate in this electoral process at one of those 24 locations. Now, I want to share with you why I am on the ballot. My name is William H. King III. I'm on the ballot for Galveston County Judge. When you go to the polling places, I want you to feel comfortable that you're in your domain, you're in your element, you're where you belong, you're where you're supposed to be. When you walk in with your driver's license or your ID card or your voter's registration card, you'll give that to the persons working at the voting location, and they will give you a ticket with a series of numbers on it. And they will give you a ticket indicating that you are registered, that you are voting at that particular location. They will also give you a third piece of paper. It is the ballot. You will slide that ballot into the machine. It will feed into the machine. The machine will receive it. And then you will start the process of entering your number that they've given you on the receipt. You enter that number, it pulls up your ballot. You say you want it ready to begin. Everything is touch screen. You touch the screen and it advances your ballot until the first person on the ballot is going to be your U.S. representative, your congressional U.S. representative. The next person will be on the ballot will be your governor, your lieutenant governor, your attorney general, your comptroller, your commissioner of general land office, your commissioner of agriculture, your commissioner of railroad, your justice Supreme Court place 3, your justice Supreme Court place 5, your justice Supreme Court place 9, your judge for Court of Criminal Appeals place 5, your judge for the Court of Criminal Appeals place 6, your member of the State Board of Education, your member of the State Board of Education District 4 and then District 7, your state senator, your state representatives, your chief justice for the First Court of Appeals, your justice for the First Court of Appeals District Place 4, your justice 14, Court of Appeals District Place 2, your justice for the 14th Court of Appeals Place 9, your district judge for the 122nd Judicial District in Galveston County, your district attorney for Galveston County, and then you'll see the county judge, which is my race. I'm running for your next Galveston County judge, to be your next Galveston County judge. And then you will have your justice of the peace if you're in that particular district for the precinct, for the justice of the peace. That's precinct 3. Those are the names that you will see on the screen for you to touch and decide who you will vote for. My name is William H. King III. I'm your candidate for Galveston County Judge. Once you have engage the touch screen for all of the ballot races from the top of the ticket to the bottom of the ticket. Then you will press and indicate that that is your vote. It will print those names on your ballot, and then it will eject your ballot. You'll take that ballot over to another location that you'll be instructed where it is, and there will be a person in the voting location that will let you place that ballot into the machine, and then it will cast your ballot. It will scan and then cast your ballot. So now you have a digital ballot and there will be a paper ballot. Both of them at the end of the election process on November the 8th should match. All digital votes should have a paper vote. That's how easy the voting process is. And I can't be more clear, I can't be more concise to you to be comfortable. It's your vote, and your vote is your voice. We want you to speak loudly in your voting so that the world will hear, the United States of America will hear, the state of Texas will hear, and your county will hear where you stand concerning these national, state, and local issues. Your voice is your vote. That's why we participate in one of the greatest civil opportunities this nation with our democracy has to offer, and that is the ballot box. That if you want change, if you're not satisfied, if you want to see better, then there are people like myself who are on the ballot running for these offices that will do the right thing, that will represent all of the electoral precincts, districts, areas for which they're elected. You might be elected under a certain party, but you cannot govern like a party. You have to govern for all people. You've heard candidates who won the vote for presidency say that I may have been elected by the majority of the vote of Americans. I may have run under a Democratic or Republican ticket, but I will serve as an elected official for all of the constituents, all of the residents, all of the voters. You cannot exclude, discriminate, alienate any voter because they did not vote for you. They are taxpayers, thereby they are entitled to representation. And so I want you to be in the driver's seat as we move forward. I've knocked on doors. I've made phone calls. I've canvassed neighborhoods. I've talked to citizens. I've had community meetings. I've had meet the candidates, conversations with the candidates. I've had pass the mic. I've had an opportunity to be interviewed by multiple individuals. I've done my part to educate, to elevate, and to be able to help people to express their thoughts at the ballot box. That I want William H. King III to be my Galveston County Judge because he stands for what I believe. That is accountability and transparency in leadership. He's a person of common sense leadership. He will do the right thing. He will not be condescending, or he will not mistreat or misuse the employees of the Galveston County offices. He will be a person that will focus on flood mitigation. He will deal with economic development, sustainability. He will focus on lowering taxes. He will be the representative for Galveston County that will represent all of the citizens, and everyone will be proud to say that William H. King III is my county judge. I will be visible. I will be available. I will be in attendance at various functions and meetings so that you will know that my presence is where I promised you I would be, to represent you, to stand for the values and the vision and bring about the victory for Galveston County. William H. King III. That is the purpose for which I am running. I'm running because the county judge that currently sits tried to gerrymander precinct 3 in a way that Commissioner Holmes would no longer have a majority minority district for which he could be elected, thereby eliminating the ability for the majority minority precinct to elect someone that represents their values, their vision, their vitality, their veracity. And that's important, to have taxation with representation and not taxation without representation. After all, there are 4 commissioners, and now you want all of the commissioners to have your mindset. That is not the way a democracy works. We're all able to speak, to have someone to speak and represent us at that particular location of Commissioner's Court. And so I want you to know that I will be a county judge that will focus on the needs of Galveston County, and I will represent the people of Galveston County. We might not always agree. Wise men differ, fools fall out. It's important to know we can agree to agree and agree to disagree and still remain unified and still remain on the same team. And that's what the objective is all about, to be together. I believe a triple braided cord is much stronger than a single braided cord. I firmly hold in my heart that we are better together. And as your candidate for Galveston County Judge, we will be better together. I will bring Republicans, Democrats, and independents together. I will work with Republicans, Democrats, and independents, as I've done for the last 21 years. As a city councilman in the city of Dickinson, I've worked with all constituents, all parties, all people. I will work to make sure we move our county upward and onward so that we have a place where we live in this county that you will be proud to say, that's my county. So economically, it will be strong. Strong economic county has lower taxes. What we've seen in the leadership of the existing judge is that we have not been able to find the leadership that Galveston County so desperately deserves, and you deserve. And that's therefore I believe you can create a no new revenue. That as much as the appraisal district is increasing the value of properties, businesses in Galveston County, the county leadership can help to ease the burden of higher taxes. And you are paying more this year than you've paid in the last 4 years. You're paying more in taxes than you've ever paid. Our taxes have gone up. Our property values have gone up, and nothing or very little has been done. Don't be bamboozled. Don't be hoodwinked. Don't be fooled by the political movement of the existing county judge releasing a flyer and brochure to residents of Galveston County at taxpayers' expense in color, indicating what he's done. But it is not the truth. That's what I will be. I will be a transparent county judge that will expose to you the truth. You are paying more in taxes. Don't tell me you've cut my taxes 35, 40%, and I'm still paying more. You've not done anything to help me. I'm paying more. And especially when you are sitting on $194 million of unearmarked monies that came from taxpayers. That's why it's important to have economic development, because economic development creates sales tax, creates revenue for counties, for cities. And so I will work with the Chamber of Commerces from all of our cities in Galveston County. I will work with the county chamber that we might be able to create a system that will bring businesses for all of our cities and certainly benefit our unincorporated areas of Galveston County, thereby bringing in higher paying jobs, thereby having jobs for our young people to work, exiting college, exiting high school, getting their trades at the various levels of high school, graduating with their certifications in various fields, whether it be cosmetology, or whether it be working at a plant, or whether it be welding, or whether it be working with your social degree in science. You will be able to find a job right here in Galveston County that can provide for you a place to work, a place to stay, and a place to play, where you can enjoy the amenities of Galveston County for the various areas of Galveston County. Everything you need is in Galveston County. They just need the leadership to expose it. And that's what we will do as your next Galveston County judge. We will be able to bring in the businesses through the commerce, and then we'll build the facilities, the homes, the condominiums, the apartments, the homes that you would enjoy living in, so that you have a place where you can work, play, and stay. That is our economic development. We will work with our veterans, provide a true veterans court that will benefit all veterans that are in need of the services of the Veterans Court. We will address the issues of Galveston Island that has been without a facility for their senior citizens. It does not make logical intelligence or sense that Galveston does not have a facility where their senior citizens can gather during the week, where they can enjoy bingo, where they can enjoy the resources, the training, the information from the various programs and representatives that senior citizens so desperately need to enjoy the qualities of life at their age and stage of living. So we have this responsibility through the Galveston County Parks for the senior citizen program. They have the program, it's line item. The person that runs it is line item, the facility is line item, but they have not yet opened it. It makes no sense that since the pandemic and its closing of the Harvey, that we have not provided a facility with all of the facilities in Galveston for our senior citizens to assemble and to gather 5 days a week throughout the morning and afternoon, whereby they can get a healthy nutritional meal, whereby they can experience the gaming and the programming, whereby they can travel to various facilities of locations of the county and the various counties surrounding Galveston County to enjoy the various amenities. That is done through the leadership of the Parks Program of Galveston County. But I promise you, as your next Galveston County Judge, you will have a facility. You will be able to have it in Galveston. You will not have to cross the causeway in order to go to a facility to enjoy the amenities. I will make sure that when I am sworn in on January the 1st of 2023, we will act to work on your behalf. We will work on the behalf of all of our senior citizens of Galveston County to make sure you have the things that you need. Just like with the veterans, we will do with our senior citizens. And we will also work with our EMS, our fire, and our sheriff's department, our constables, to make sure you have the training and to make sure you have the resources you need to address the issues of Galveston County. It makes no sense to have been able to deceptively and manipulatively utilize funds sent by the federal government program from President Biden during the pandemic, the American Rescue Plan, and take $6.6 million of taxpayers' money for the citizens of Galveston County, and to be able to redirect those funds to a location that's 1,192 miles away from Galveston County, create documentation indicating that there are certain diseases and sicknesses that are coming across the border into Galveston County, infecting the people that live in Galveston County, only to justify it, finding out that the county health director has dispelled the indicator that it was not what it was indicated to be. It was something that was made up for the very issues that was listed in the documentation of the cause of using those funds at the border actually are going down. There's a decline. That is wrong to deceive people. It is wrong to misuse the power of authority that rests solely in the county judge office to declare an emergency in Galveston County to justify sending monies 1,192 miles away. That kind of leadership cannot be tolerated in Galveston County. That kind of leadership cannot be permitted. That's why you've got to go to the polls to vote. That's why you got to make your voices known. That's why you've got to speak up and stand up and step up to the polling machine and say, I cast my ballot for right. I cast my ballot for what's fair for all people, that we're not going to cut people out of the voting process where they cannot elect someone of their choice in the representation of the commission's court. I vote because I want my voice to be known that what you've done with the American Rescue Plan monies is wrong. When you have crime right here in Galveston County, when you have people being shot to death right here in Galveston County, when you have all forms of issues that need to be resolved through our legal system, that those monies could have been used to bring your constables did, like Constable Rose did with Texas City Law Enforcement, Dickerson Law Enforcement, Lamarck Law Enforcement, County Sheriff's Department, collaboratively working together to create a legal plan, a law enforcement plan to remove guns from the street, to remove criminals from the street. That is what you speak for. That is what you vote for, to create a safer place where we can enjoy the amenities and the qualities of life. So some mother does not have to bury her son, that some father does not have to bury his daughter because they were killed by a drive-by shooting. Oh, it's time for us to make our voices heard from Galveston County to Austin, from Austin to DC. It's time to make our voices heard that people might know enough is enough with the nonsense. We believe in the electoral process. We believe in the voting process, and we believe we have a fair and secure voting system that once the votes have been cast, we stand by what it stands for and what the voices have indicated through the voting process. And so I want to encourage you to let's finish what we've started. That I am the son of William H. King, born in 1858. Born during the time of slavery. And my father's father, born during slavery, relocated to Texas, married my grandmother, gave birth to my father. My father was born in 1914. I was born in 1965. I want to make sure you understand the connection here, that I am the grandson of a slave in the county where slaves were shipped and docked and sold on the auction block in Galveston County. And I will stand as the county judge, grandson of a slave sold into slavery, born into slavery, where slaves was sold on auction blocks in Galveston County. And I will stand and say, we're going to do the right thing. We're going to serve the people of Galveston County, that we can turn the tide. We can show our children, our children's children, that no matter what state you've come from, no matter what county you've come from, no matter city you live in, no matter who you are, if you do the right thing, you stand for right and righteousness. If you stand for what is correct for all humanity, if you do the just and legal things in life, there's no ceiling too high. There's no mountain too large. There's no valley too low. There's no river too wide that you cannot be able to overcome and you cannot be successful in. So I will be that representation of yes, I can. I will be that representation of yes, I did. I will be that representation of yes, we will. And so I stand and I'll give hope to you that if we can do it, you can do it. There's nothing you can't accomplish. You can be the next doctor. You can be the next lawyer. You can be the next elected official. You can be the next salesman at a car dealership. You can be the next entrepreneur. You can be the next business leader. You can be the next person that invents something that saves thousands of lives through cancer. You can be able to help change the trajectory of Alzheimer's and dementia. You can be the person who can help provide cures for the various diseases we have in our country. You can be the person. And I will be that ambassador. I will be that champion to say, I'll stand alongside of you. I'll encourage you. I'll cheer for you. Because if I did it, you can do it. And the only way I can do it is that it takes a village. It takes your community and my community. It takes Galveston County. It takes Tiki Island and Jamaica Beach. It takes Crystal Beach and High Island. It takes Leech City and Lamar. It takes Friendswood and Texas City. It takes Hitchcock and Crystal Beach. It takes San Leon and Bay Cliff. It takes South Shore Harbor. It takes all of us together voting for the common cause of electing people who stand for the values and the vision and the virtues for which you hold near and dear to your heart. So that's why we're going to the polls. And that's why I need to say we can't afford to lose one person. We can't afford one person to take this voting season off. This election is so critical because it holds in the balance of its results, the trajectory of the United States of America. We don't want to go backwards. We wouldn't dare allow this to happen, to go backwards. So therefore, we got to beat the drums. We got to sound off all over this county to tell others, let's go to the polls. Just like we saw today in Dickinson, just like we saw today in League City, just like we saw today in Lamar, just like we saw today in Friendswood. People went to the polls in numbers that I've not yet seen before, in large numbers. Men and women, young people and elderly people went to the polls, used curbside voting, where the person came out of the polling location and brought the machine to them, and they cast their ballot right in the front seat of the passenger seat, or in the back seat of the vehicle. They cast their ballot. You can vote, and there's no reason for which you should not vote. You realize what people went through for people like me to be able to vote. You realize how many of them had to go through degradation and dismal darkness of being beaten and being whipped and thrown into jail, beaten by dogs, threaten and lose their houses, their cars, their jobs. How many of them had to guess the number of beans in a jar? Many of you might not have been born then, but that is the reality from which we've come. That is the reality for which we've seen, and we dare not allow the isms and the schisms and the ideologies of the previous leadership of this nation to hold us hostage in this election. We are free. As Martin Luther King Jr. said, we are free at last. And because we're free at last, we're going to vote because we got a right to vote. We're going to vote because we got a responsibility to vote. We're going to vote because we got a reason to vote. We want justice, and we want fairness, and we want equality, and we want equity, and we want the right thing for all people. We believe in representation. We believe that people have a right to speak up through their ballot, through their vote, to say enough is enough. Let's move this country forward, whether it be weapons, whether it be arms, legal laws for our firearms, whether it be laws for women, whether it be laws for children, whether it be laws for schools. We must stand, we must speak, we must cast our ballot. And so I encourage you tonight to know we have a reason to vote, a responsibility to vote, and a right to vote. I encourage you to vote like your lives depend on it. Yes, we might be able to vote, but there will be so many restrictions. If legislators of various gubernatorial state offices can create legislation and bills that will restrict voting or create restrictions that make it more difficult to vote, if the alignment of the isms and the ideology that are moving us backwards were to be successful, then they could stop voting if they so desire. Or they could create it so difficult that it'd be almost impossible to vote. Or they could create legislation that you would have to go spend time in jail if you didn't vote a certain way, or you didn't have a certain ID, or if you had a certain issue in the back. If they could tell you that you can't bring water, you can't bring food, you can't have more than 7 in the vehicle, that's nonsense. There was one thing by just having an ID. Then you wanted a picture ID, photo ID. So it doesn't stop. You give a mice a cookie, what will they want next? A whole cake. And so it's important to stop the nonsense. Through your ballot, through your vote, you will stop the nonsense. Put legislators in Austin, put congressional representatives in Washington, D.C., put county judges in county seats, county commissioners and county commissioner seats that stand for the values of what's right for all citizens, regardless of where you live, regardless of what your color is, your sexual orientation is, to do the right thing. And so I say to you, do the right thing and vote for King, for Galveston County Judge. I'm so proud to have been able to work with you these last several months. I'm so honored for Elector James and Jacqueline to have allowed me to be on their inspirational talk show, to have given me, to create a brand new programming called Pass the Mic. Thank them for their ingenuity. Thank them for their creativity. Thank them for their intelligence. Thank them for their leadership. And I look forward to, at the next Galveston County Judge, using the Elector James inspirational talk show around the county to communicate with the voters and the residents of Galveston County. I look forward to having sit-downs and conversations with you. I look forward to meeting with our young people, and I'm grateful for Brad Woodard. I'm grateful for Hannah Thompson. I'm grateful for Ty. I'm grateful for all of the young people that created videos and put it out on their TikToks and put it out on their video systems. I'm grateful for my children, Destiny and Bailey, for creating TikToks and creating Instagrams and creating videos. I'm grateful for all the people who have joined our campaign over the last 10 months. I'm grateful for those of you who believed in me, who said it was a long shot, it was impossible, it'd be too difficult, he'll never be accepted. I'm grateful for those who believed in me, believed that I could do it, and believed, and not only believed, but you were the wind beneath my wings. You stood right beside me. Not only did you believe me with your words, not only did you believe me with your presence, but you took a little money out of your pockets and you donated to our campaign, and you purchased signs, and you purchased posts, and you purchased push cards, and you bought airtime. Thank you for believing. There's nothing that you can't do when you believe. There's nothing you can't accomplish when you believe. There's no mountain you can't climb when you believe. There's no class you can't make an A in when you believe. There's no team you can't defeat when you believe. And that's what you can't stop. You can't stop people who have faith. You can't stop people who have faith to believe we shall overcome. That's what the 50s and 60s were all about. They believed deep in their heart that they could overcome. Even though we're at the precipice of that particular day being recycled and relived, if you believe, go to the polls. If you believe in brighter days, if you believe in better days, go to the polls. If you believe in a community, in a city, in a county, in a state where justice is being served and righteousness is taking place and justice is fair for all humanity, then you go to the polls. It didn't take me more than 90 seconds to get out of my truck, walk into the polls, and cast my ballot today. And I want to say, if I can cast my ballot, you can cast your ballot. You can vote. It's easy to vote. There are people in the polling locations that will help you feel comfortable to ask. You can do it. There's even YouTube information where you can watch it before you go to the polls. You can accomplish it. You can fulfill the objective of casting your ballot. And then once you voted, don't stop there. Once you've made it to the polling locations, don't stop there. Once you've made it to the place and shown your ID and received your voting number, don't stop there. Once you've placed the feed of the ballot into the machine and you've gone through the scan of the touch screen ballot, don't stop there. Once you've received the ballot out and taken it to the place where you get it scanned and deposit the ballot in the box, don't stop there. Go outside and do a public service announcement. Go outside and get on the phones and call some people. Go outside and get on the text messages and text some people. Go outside and get on your email and email some people. Go outside and go back to your jobs. Go back to your communities. Go back to your family. Go back to your neighbors. Go back to your organizations that you're part of and tell them, hey, I voted. Now let me see you vote. I've cast my ballot. Let me see you cast your ballot. We've got to vote in large numbers. We got to vote in the thousands of numbers. Wherever you live in Galveston County, I speak to my Crystal Beach friends who are Republicans or Democrats or independents. Let's go vote. We talk to you about change in Crystal Beach. We talk to you about law enforcement in Crystal Beach. We talk to you about the mosquito issue in Crystal Beach. We talk to you about flooding in Crystal Beach. We talk to you about big people who felt like they were stepchildren or the person that no one cared about. I was in Crystal Beach for the last 5 months. I've been there on multiple times. I won't stop once you elect me. I'll continue to go back to Crystal Beach and I'll meet with you in Crystal Beach. I'll meet with you and I'll talk with you to work plans and programs and give you the services you need in Crystal Beach. You are just as much a part of Galveston County as Dickinson, Lamarck, Texas City, Friendswood, Hitchcock, Jamaica Beach, Kemah. You are a part of Galveston County. I say to you, Friendswood, we're proud of what you've done. We're excited about how you've done it. We want to stand along with you as a partner to keep it going, to keep on stepping. We want to say to the League City residents, Republican, Democrats, and independents, we want to work with your mayor. We want to work with your new mayor coming in. We worked with Pat Hollisey. He endorsed us last Thursday. I'm so proud and privileged to have received the endorsement of the mayor of the largest city in Galveston County. So excited that he said that I would be the better of the two mayors. And that's what I want my League City residents and Friendswood and Kemah and Clear Lake Shores and Santa Fe and Hitchcock and Jamaica Beach and Crystal Beach and Tiki Island. I want you to know that when you have somebody on the ballot that has the qualifications and the credentials that I have demonstrated to you that I have, and that's willing to use them to service the cause for the residents of Galveston County. When you have an issue that needs to be addressed, you want the best person possibly available to address that issue. If you have to have open heart surgery and you are a Republican and that heart surgeon happens to be a Democrat, you don't care if he's Republican, Democrat, or independent. You want the best. And so when you look at the county judge, don't look for me just because I'm a Democrat or Republican or independent. Look at me because I have the credentials. I have the character. I have the class. I have the quality to serve you as the best candidate for Galveston County Judge. So go to the polls and show that when you go to the fruit stand, you don't just get the fruit because it's a fruit. You get it because it's the best fruit among the fruits. You look for the best tomato, the best jalapeno pepper, the best banana. You grab what's best. And so I say to you, vote William H. King III because he's the best of the two candidates. And go down the ballot. Do your homework. Go down the ballot and you'll see that when you go down the ballot, hey, you'll find my name. William H. King III, Galveston County Judge. You have to vote for your federal offices. You have to vote for your state officers. You have to vote for your district judges. You have to vote for your state judges. You have to vote for me, your county judge, then your DA, then your JP that's on the ballot. And I encourage you, don't stop with just casting one vote for one person. Vote top to the bottom of the ballot. I'm so privileged today. I'm so happy today. I'm so excited today that I cast my ballot. But what I'm even more so excited is that tomorrow I'll see you cast your ballot. And the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And then come this weekend, on Saturday, you cast your ballot. That's right. On this coming weekend, you cast your ballot from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. You'll be able to cast your ballot. On Saturday, you'll be able to cast your ballot from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's October the 29th. You'll be able to cast your ballot from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And on Sunday, the 30th, you'll be able to cast your ballot from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then on October the 31st through November the 4th, you'll be able to cast your ballot from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then on election day, you'll be able to cast your ballot from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I encourage you, and I challenge you. We've had ice challenge. We've had a bucket challenge. We had a push-up challenge. I challenge you to vote early. I challenge you to go to the polls and create about 90 seconds in your commute, in your travel from home to work or from work to home or from work to the grocery store. 90 seconds in one of the 24 polling locations I just shared you. Just rewind this video presentation. It's recorded and go back and listen to the places I mentioned that's in your area or in your route of going from home to work, or from work to home, or from work to the grocery store, back to the home. And one of those locations is near you. And I challenge you to go to the polls and vote. And when you do that, when you go to my website, when you go to my Facebook page, and when you post, you voted, will you send me a text? Will you send me a post saying you voted? I want everyone that can go on my website, WH King III 2022, and put my push card, put my name, my push card on your Facebook profile. Everybody, let's know it's time to go out and vote. We are the people that's gonna make change in Galveston County. Are you ready to vote? I said, are you ready to vote? I'm fired up. Listen, my final words is on tomorrow, from 12:30 to 1:30. I have been honored by the Minority Men for Excellence on the campus of College of the Mainland to be their guest. They will host a conversations with the candidate tomorrow, October the 25th, from 12:30 to 1:30. I will be there at 12 o'clock. I will be there. I'm gonna try to get there by 11:30. If not, I will be there by 12 o'clock to meet and to greet all of you, to shake your hands and to thank you for coming out and to be able to answer any questions that you might have for me as your candidate for the Galveston County Judge position. I have youth in my vision. I have senior citizens in my vision. I have families in my vision for Galveston County. I have lowering of taxes, economic development, dealing with flooding, as well as accountability and transparency in leadership. Do the right thing and vote for King for Galveston County Judge. I'm so grateful. I'm so excited. I'm pumped up. I'm fired up. I voted. Now I want to get as many people as I humanly possibly can encouraged to get out to vote. I will go live tomorrow, just like I went live today on a few occasions. I will post on Facebook like I'm posting now. I will post TikToks. I'll post Facebook, Instagram, and I want you to do likewise. Go to my page, kingforcountyjudge.com. Go to my page, kingforcountyjudge.com. Share any number of my videos, of my posts, of my Instagram. Share any number of my messages on your Facebook page. Let as many people as you can know. Go to my page. Tell me you're going to work with my campaign. I need some people to follow me around with their camera. I need some people to work with me canvassing at voting locations. There's 24 local voting locations. I can't do it by myself. I can't make change by myself. I need your help. If you're retired or you're off a particular day, let me know. We'll get you a voting location. We'll get the push cards to you, and we'll allow you to stand at that polling location like I did today for hours. And just every voter that walks up say, hello, I'm with the William H. King III campaign for Galveston County Judge. Will you vote for him? Will you vote for William H. King? You're a candidate for Galveston County Judge. Here's his card. Here are his qualifications. Here is his vision. He wants to do the right thing. He's a United States Marine Corps combat veteran. He wants to bridge the divide. He wants to bring people together. 15 seconds, share. They will. Let's go vote. Let's put William H. Let's make history. Galveston County, let's make history. There's never been a minority in the office of county judge. There's never been a minority male in county judge seat. There's never been a minority male that's a pastor in the seat of Galveston County. Let's make history on a number of levels in Galveston County and show we can do it. And together we will, together we can, and together we shall. I'm William H. King III. I'm your candidate for Galveston County Judge. I'm grateful for Mr. Henry, who's running for state representative. Mr. Henry is a friend of mine, Keith Henry. I'm grateful for Billy Williams, for JP. I'm grateful for Robert Johnson, Dana Huffman. I'm grateful for Rachel Dragony, Julia Malinando. I'm grateful for all of the candidates that I've worked with, Christy Walsdorf, William Desmond. I'm just so grateful for so many people that I've met and I've talked to along the way. And I'm grateful for those who have voted for me. Even if you're Republican and you cross-voted, I'm grateful. If you're Democrat and you voted for me, I'm grateful. If you're independent and you voted for me, I'm grateful. And I will show my gratitude by doing the things I promise you I would do. I'm the pastor of the Great North Baptist Church, 21 years as city councilman, built a city hall, water district facility, built a library, built a fire station, lowered taxes, balanced budget, built departments, worked with department heads, got things done in Dickinson, represented the city of Dickinson on the board of Houston Galveston Area Council, brought billions of dollars to our region as the chairman of the board for Houston Galveston Area Council, brought millions of dollars to various cities in Galveston County, millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars to the city of Dickinson, bringing about great infrastructure adjustments for the quality services of infrastructure so we can have resources, be able to drive and be able to work and live in locations that are not being flooded because we created a drainage system that works. And that's what leadership is all about. And that's what I'll do for you as your next Galveston County Judge. Will you give me a chance? Will you give me an opportunity to be the best candidate on the ballot, to vote for me, regardless of your party, to do the right thing, and then allow me to serve you over the next 4 years. And then the next 4 years, I'll run for re-election because it's going to take at least 8 years to implement the changes that we're talking about with the magnitude that it takes to make a difference in Galveston County. And then the last 4 years is to prepare someone to take on the seat of the next Galveston County Judge. My name is William H. King III. I have a vision for Galveston County. I'm not going to be there more than 12 years. 4-year terms, 3 4-year terms is 12 years. And that's where we will have groomed someone to take on the leadership and the reins of county judge to be able to move Galveston County higher. You need fresh blood. After 12 years, you need fresh blood, fresh mindset, fresh view. Enough of the nonsense, enough of the foolishness, enough of the far right wing, far left wing. It's time to get back to the cause of servicing people, and people are my passion and my purpose. Give me that opportunity by voting for William H. King III, your candidate for Galveston County Judge. Once again, Elector James, Ms. Jacqueline Sharper, thank you so much. Traver, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be on your show. Thank you so much for all of you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you with clarity, with conviction, with passion, with purpose and promise that we will move forward on a trajectory path that's going to take Galveston County to a higher place, to a greater place, making me your next Galveston County Judge. William H. King III, your candidate for Galveston County Judge. We're signing off. My heart hurts to know that we're signing off because the next 2 weeks, the ball is in your court. Make the pass. Take the shot. Let us go to victory. Move us to victory. That November the 8th, I can't do without you. Everyone has to vote. If you're ready to vote, in order for me to win, everyone has to vote. And you have a right to vote. You have a privilege to vote. You have a reason to vote. Let's get everyone to the polls. Let's make phone calls, our family, call our friends, our coworkers, our neighbors, our fraternity members, our sorority members, the Pan-Atlantics. Make sure we call our organizational association groups, 55 plus, whoever you're associated with, Rotary. Let us call all of our coworkers, people on our jobs, people on our shift, fire department, police departments, EMS, paramedics, DA, FBI, constables, sheriff, let us call everyone, encourage them, go out and vote. Candidate King says in order for him to win, we have got to vote in mass numbers. That's what happened in 2020 when you elected Joe Biden as president. That's what happened when you elected President Obama as president. You voted. That's what happened even when Ronald Reagan was elected as president. You voted, and you voted in mass numbers. Let's do it now. Now is the time. We can do it. I know you can do it. You've done it before. Let's do it again. I believe that you will vote. I believe that you will vote. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at one of the 24 polling locations this week, next week, and then November the 8th. Let's go out and vote. Pastors who are listening, let's encourage our congregations, organizational, churches, non-denominational. I'm not telling you who to vote for. I can't do that. I can tell you, encourage your people to go out and vote. Might not be able to tell them to vote for me, but tell them to go out and vote. Hopefully they will get this message. They will see my videos. They will have gone to my page, and they will know that I am the best of the two candidates. I am the best of the two candidates. Let's do the right thing and vote for William King, your next Galveston County Judge. Have a great evening. Have a great evening. Have a wonderful evening. Be motivated, be excited to cast our ballot. I talked to a lady today who says she took out for work today just so she can vote. I had so many people walk up to me today and say, I voted for you. I believe in you. I had people say they voted for me. They never voted for a Democrat before, but they voted for me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I want to thank the rest of you. There's at least 70,000 of you that are left to come out and vote for us. And I encourage you to come out and vote. You can vote. Thank you so much. Have a great evening. I'm William H. King III, your candidate for Galveston County Judge. Thank you again for listening to me week after week. Thank you for listening to me every particular podcast we've had. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for sharing. Go to my website, kingforcountyjudge.com. Ask any question you so like. I'll respond to you. If I responded to you, I'll lead you back to the information. Listen, I'm for what's right. I'm for what's good. I'm for the betterment of all citizens. Thank you, and thank you. And come November the 8th, the evening of voting, when the polls close and the ballots have been counted, I want to thank you again for having elected me as your next Galveston County Judge. And then when I'm sworn into office, I want you to stand by my side. I want you to stand by my side as I take the oath of office as your next Galveston County Judge. I want you to be there. And if you can't be there physically, I want you to be there with me emotionally as you watch through live streaming, as we will make sure it's broadcast so everyone can see what they've done by electing William H. King as your next Galveston County Judge. And when we get to that next Commissioner Court meeting, Galveston, we will have a senior citizen location. We'll work together with the commissioners. We'll be in collaboration with the mayors, the school superintendents, working with businesses, working with the Chamber of Commerce's for all of Galveston County, bringing them together and working to make Galveston County the greatest county in the state of Texas. HGAC, I'm looking forward to coming back to work with you as a representative of Galveston County. How important it was to serve on HGAC, one of the greatest council of governments in the state of Texas, in the nation of the United States. Chuck Wimple, you're a great person, and I've always respected you. I look forward to working with you again on the board of HGAC. Thank you again. God bless you. God keep you, and God bless the United States of America. Have a great night.